They have that superior goal difference, and they meet at the Etihad in 10 days or so time. It's a big point for West Ham United as well. Now 4 points clear of Nottingham Forest, who make up that 18th place and who we watch next on Super Sunday here against...
Congratulations to both. What a roller coaster of an afternoon. But Jared, that must feel like a huge point.
No, it's a massive point. You know, coming into this, probably no one expected us to get anything from the game. So maybe we use that in our advantage a bit, and you see the intensity and just going at them and putting them under pressure, because if you give them time on the ball, they can create things like that. So we got the crowd on side. It wasn't, you know, the start that we wanted, but we dug in, we kept working, and we nearly nicked it at the end. But like you said, a point coming into this is massive for us.
You say nearly nicking it at the end, the roller coaster. Perhaps no one experienced that as much as you did, giving away the penalty and then, yeah, nearly getting that winning goal.
Yeah, I know, very frustrating. No, but with the pen, I think it's so harsh. Obviously, my arm's literally just sticking out as close to the body as can be. The only thing I can do is sit my hand behind my back. But obviously, take positives from the game. Before the game, we've 100% taken the point from that. It's a massive point to get us a point higher in the league, and we're just going to grow from that, because obviously you can see the confidence that we got, going 2-0 down, managed to get 2-2 with the league leaders. We're just going to build on it and keep going.
I'm keen to stick with the positives, but I must ask, what went on in that first 10-20 minutes? You just couldn't seem to get any kind of grip on it.
No, do you know what? I think we started kind of a bit on the front foot and tried to get about them, and you know, it was two probably lapses of concentration in the penalty box where, you know, we weren't tracking our runners, and you know, we got punished for it. But like Mickey said, the character in this group has never gone. Of course, it hasn't been what we've wanted, but we've never let our heads go. We always, you know, you see at the end of the game there, everyone's on their feet. You know how much this means for us, for the whole fans, for everyone, and a massive point.
It's big pressure on Said, wasn't it? But he got the goal, and in the stands, you then really did feel the shift. Was that the case on the pitch as well? You sensed here you could get something?
Before the game, we sensed we could get something. Like Jared said, we started the game well, and with Arsenal 2 lapses and 2 goals, you get punished when you make mistakes here. But from that, we kind of built on it. You can see that we didn't give up. There was Deck turning to lift the boys. I was saying we can get something, just get 1 goal and we'll build on it. Then we won the penalty, scored the goal, and we did. We built on it and kept going, and we had opportunities to win the game. But obviously, it wasn't for today, but we'll build on that, and in the next coming weeks, we will get the winning goals.
It's a huge point for say in the league, but what about for Arsenal? It's the first time a team at the top of the league has let a 2-goal lead slip in successive games. Once was careless, what about twice? Right?
No, last week we kind of forgave him. Last week in terms of, it's at Liverpool and it's a big ask. Obviously this is the penalty decision, and I agree with Antonio. I think he was slightly unlucky. You know, where is he supposed to put his arm? I know it's away from his body, but then, listen, we've seen great players miss penalties, and it happened again, a big moment.
Is that pressure?
Pressure, yeah, simple as that. He's a quality player. We saw Saka last week, not even hitting the target. It affects players. Again, he's a brilliant player. He'll respond to that like he always does. But a huge moment in terms of a big point for obviously West Ham, but in the title race. And West Ham deserved this in the second half. Again, poor from Arsenal. A ball back in, very straightforward. Lovely first time finish. And Arsenal were just, as I said, we forgave him for last week because it was Liverpool, but today it was self-inflicted, with particularly the first penalty they gave away. I praised the goalkeeper last week. I think he gets a hand to it. Probably should save that. I really think he should save that.
And they had a chance to make things even worse for Arsenal, Jimmy. West Ham United with this.
Yeah, initially I'm thinking head it down, but if he heads it down, it's going to get blocked. So he has to head it quite as high as possible.
Does the angle work against him?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a difficult angle.
You sense problems today for Arsenal?
Yeah, but for different reasons. This is self-inflicted for me from Arsenal. I expected so much more from West Ham. West Ham, for me, if I look at them today, it's a poor side. They should have won easily, and they were winning easily until it was 2-0. It became too easy. And after 2-0, the intensity, the work rate, everything stopped from Arsenal, and that's why West Ham came in the game. The first goal that West Ham scored is a big mistake from Partey, and they just gave it away today.
We'll hear from Mikel Arteta very shortly. You can get that interview on Sky Sports News and across our digital platforms. We will give you more reaction.
Because he played against Everton. Victor last couple of weeks a little bit less, but also he had his games during the season as well. He played for Sweden, 90 minutes. So they have the rhythm and they often play together. They have the experience, so now I have to show them.
And it looks like you've had some pretty good news on the fitness front. McKenna back, Lodi back, Nick Carte fit as well.
Yeah, mixed really, if I'm being honest. Yeah, all of them things you just said are positive. Obviously, Cheku picked up an injury last week. Joe Worrell's not available to start through illness. So it's as it's been, to be honest, the last few months. But no excuses on player availability. Focus on the guys who are ready to play today. Real determination, commit to the plan, and try and make it the best day possible.
We want to play top, and if you play top football, you know the number of games will follow up, and that's what we want. So I think we can be, proud is not the right word, but we are in the position we want to be. And not many clubs in Europe now still fighting for 3 trophies. Of course, Premier League, the title is gone, but still, Champions League, that's a huge aim. And that is also, I would say, a trophy. So we want to be in the Champions League, so we have to do everything.
Of course, results recently have been far from what we wanted them to be, but it's a situation we find ourselves in, and there's always going to be something to play for at this time of the season, and ours is trying to improve a league position that's down in the relegation. But as you said, it's not so much backs to the wall. It's just standing up and being counted and taking responsibility and backing yourselves.
And the same could be said of Manchester United as well, with injuries to their squad and particularly to the back four, Roy. Could a lot of this be about whether these Forest players, this Forest attack, boosted by the return of Awani, can cause problems for Lindelof and Maguire?
Well, obviously from Forest's point of view, you'd hope so, but in terms of obviously the results they're on and goals scoring throughout the season, it's been a big problem. So they'll have to look at the changes at United's back four and take some sort of encouragement from it. But of course, the proof's in the pudding. You've still got to go out and perform. They've been giving away far too many goals, Forest. Their home form has not been great the last 2 or 3 games in terms of dropping points and giving away daft penalties. So it really is on Forest. We've seen them earlier in the season against Man United, where United have just turned up. And again, it's men v boys. But again, a plus for Steve Cooper. They've got a few players coming back, which is going to be vital. He
has scored vital goals this season. He scored 3 winning goals for Nottingham Forest. We saw what a handful he can be against Chelsea as well. Jimmy, how much of a bonus is it that Forest have him in their starting lineup today?
I think a big bonus. He's their focal point. He's somebody that starts the fight, holds the ball up, and from there, Johnson can come into the game. He is big for them to have back today.
But in some ways, are the likes of Maguire and Lindelof playing for their Manchester United futures?
I think they always are. These lads are obviously they're not first choice, but the reason not Man United is you've got to be ready to get when you get your opportunity to take it. And these are experienced international footballers. So coming into against the Forest team that were struggling, then you'd expect them to perform. Obviously, they need the players in front of them to give them some sort of protection. But Maguire and Lindelof, listen, you're playing for Man United for a reason. We expect you